All right, Robit, tell me what this is about.
For this request, there is a lot of backstory needed to understand the weight of this song and release. Bear with me. Don't hesitate to make the computer read this for you. This will get really heavy. Trigger warning for trying to end your life, drugs, depression.
Oh.
Big Bang's last comeback was at the end of 2016. After this, Top went into military service, but shortly after he got in a drug scandal over smoking weed.
Weed?
He was sentenced to a 10-month prison sentence suspended for 2 years.
What?
Shortly after the trial,
10 months for
Top was
weed?
found unconscious in his room from overdose, just a few days before Dragon was supposed to...
Overdose on what?
Shortly after the trial, Top was found unconscious in his room from overdose, just a few days before Dragon was supposed to come back with this ep.
Oh.
Dragon had to promote while his friend was in the hospital. It was pretty...
Well, if he's in the hospital for something, it's something stronger than weed. It takes a lot of weed to put you in the hospital.
It was pretty clear that this was not an accident.
Anxiety meds?
Years later, Top confirmed he tried to take his life that day.
Shit.
At the beginning of 2018, members Dragon, Tang and Dizung went into military service. On March 13, 2018, they released Flower Road. This song serves as a promise to fans. We would walk on the flower road together as they return. Meanwhile, Dragon got lots of hate for taking leave days. He spent days in the hospital over an ankle injury. Koreans said he was trying to escape the military duties.
Anxiety
Soon
meds,
got into a big scandal. I am not going into the details, because there is a big divide and if he's actually guilty or not, and I do not have the mental capacity to explain it all. All I want to say is that this was the biggest scandal in K-pop and that he left the group.
Wow.
Because of this scandal, Korean K-pop fans turned against Big Bang, and Big Bang's fans were bullied. In 2020, the members came back from military but went silent until now. Still Life came out on the 5th of April. Like they have 4 members out of 5 members left. It is very likely they do not want to continue as 4, at least for now. Top also announced that he officially left
YG.
He said he will not be involved in Big Bang activities for a long time. In this song, the 4 members represent the 4 seasons, namely spring, autumn, summer, and winter. The lyrics, which were written by G-Dragon and Top, depict their self-reflection on past events and prepare to become a better person. To Vips, sorry if I forgot anything or explained badly. Jim, thank you for listening to what I had to say.
Oh, thank you for taking the time to share all that with me. There's lore to all of these groups. There's backstories and there's weighted meaning to a lot of this stuff. And I would have had no idea if you didn't explain that to me and share that with me. So thank you. For those of you guys that don't know in chat, in Korea, there's mandatory military service and everyone's going to do like 2 years or something. And it's kind of controversial, but I mean, most people in Korea, like they're like, okay, like it's like a rite of passage. Like, and apparently you can't do drugs in Korea either. I mean, I'm pretty anti-drug for the most part. I mean, I don't like the hard stuff, but like weed, I don't know. I feel like it's I'm pretty pro weed, you know. I like my marijuana, but I can see how it can be a big no-no over in Korea, especially since like tattoos are a big no-no, and a lot of their views seem to be a little bit more on the conservative side, oddly enough. And sometimes it just takes, you know, people to a while to kind of realize that things aren't a big deal, or maybe it just works for them. Who knows? I'm not here to judge people's, you know, laws, except for China. China can suck a dick. But other than that, like, there's some backstory here, and that's the thing with a lot of these songs and K-pop in general. You know, it's so easy to look at this and gloss over it as something like, you know, poppy and pretty and bouncy and like, oh, there it is, you know, the attractive guy with the, you know, 24-pack abs, or like the absolute gorgeous girl just, you know, doing this cute little dance. Like, it's so easy to take it at what it is for its first glance that you often sometimes forget about how deep and how meaningful and personal these lyrics can be. And, you know, a subject matter like this, you know, depression and suicide or possible suicide, I mean, well, he did. He admitted that that's what he was trying to do. It sucks, man. It sucks because I've also recently learned in South Korea, they've got like one of the highest suicide rates anywhere, like top 3 in the world, especially for their younger folks over there. They've got some incredible standards that they have to adhere to, as far as like societal pressures and things like that, which, you know, we all have. But it seems to be like kind of taken up to a different level in Korea. And I think that's a fair assessment to make, especially with just talking about their music in general. So we're going to check this one out. It sounds like it's going to be a little deep. It's going to be a little bit on the heavier side. And yeah, all right, let's check it out. Here we go. Oh, is there a link? Oh, there it is.
이듬해질녘 꽃 피는 봄 한여름밤의 꿈
Wow, everything but alcohol, huh?
가을타 겨울 내리는 1년 4번 또다시 봄 정들었던 내 젊은 날 이제는 안녕 아름답던 우리의 봄 여름 가을 겨울 비간디야 비야 대신에 비엔 비스듬씩 비웃던 질색무늬의 무지개 철없이 철 지나 철들지 못해 철부지야 철 그러지 오래 멋지 비발디 차이콥스키 오늘의 세계로 맞이해 마침내 마침내 시몬네
저 하늘만 바라보고서 사기절 잘 지내고 있어 Goodbye 떠난 사람 또 나타난 사람 머리 위저 세상 나도 내 영감의 아마존 지난 밤에 철만 담고 목숨 바쳐 달려오 새 출발하는 원목선 변할래 전보다는 더욱더 좋은 사람 더욱더 더 나은 사람 더욱더 아침을 스킨 맞고 내 안에 분노 과거에 묻고 For life Do it away, do it away
울었던 웃었던 소녀와 소녀가 그리워 너 찬란했던 사랑했던 시절만 자꾸 기억나 계절은 날이 갈수록 속절없이 흘러
Damn.
꿈을 그리고 파랗게만 그려 가슴을 고 언젠가 다시 올 그날 그때를 위하여 아름다운 우리의 봄 여름 가을 겨울
How old the band? I don't know, but I'm just looking now, just down to see when this video came out. It came out April 4th of this year, which is what, 2 days ago? And it already has 24 million views. Jesus. All right, I guess these guys are huge. I really enjoyed the vocals so far on this. I'm gonna take this one back a little bit. Jeez, wow. 24 million views. Insane. I can see why they're massive. They got some unique vocals in this group.
이듬해질녘 꽃 피는 봄 한여름밤의 꿈 가을타 겨울 내리는 봄 여름 가을 겨울
Damn. Sucks, man. You know, we all get there. We all get down. We all have those moments, you know, where it's like, fuck are we doing here? You know? I would imagine they would have some unbelievable pressure on them, you know? Some massive pressure on them. I feel for him. Because there's no this is a song here where it's really like there's no frill. There's no fancy production. There's no whatever. This really seems to be kind of about like just like their natural voice and how it sounds now. And it's beautiful. All I can say is I just hope that they're in a better place now. Sometimes like there's just nothing you can do for some people. Different seasons, different paths. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of reading into the metaphors and stuff as the song was going on, or at least trying to understand them. I think this is one I'm gonna have to listen to a couple more times and really just try and soak in and figure out, you know. This is another band that obviously has some crazy lore behind them, right? I think I would have to learn more about Big Bang and the meaning of all of this. And I know G Dragon is something that for whatever reason people keep requesting, or I keep hearing that name in my channel in the comment section. I'm gonna have to look more into it. Maybe I can find a video just kind of explaining more about Big Bang and kind of go down this rabbit hole someday. Because I know that they're kind of almost pioneers in this genre of music from just some of the stories I've heard from you guys. It's beautiful, it's touching, but I can't help but feel like a little, I don't know, a little sad about the whole thing, you know? Korea's an intense place, huh? It's intense. I mean, I guess you kind of have to be to make music like this and just have like this kind of, I don't know, just drive to create this kind of art. You need to be that kind of intense. Yeah, it's bittersweet. Powder said it better than I did. It's bittersweet. Yeah, but the thing is, like, the scandal involving the member who left was huge. Many thought the band was over after that. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know how. I've never been in the military. I never once ever wanted to be in the military. It's not because I have anything against the military, but it's just like a path that like I knew probably wasn't for me. And no, I take that back. I almost joined the Air Force when I was younger. In fact, they could. Air Force kept calling me up until like a couple years ago. I'm too old now. Like I took like the test when I was like in my 20s, and they kept trying to get me in. But once I figured out I was too tall to like fucking fly around a fighter jet, I'm like, yeah, screw this. I'm not gonna be fixing engines all day. I want to blow shit up. But you know, to be a mandatory military service, like I can only imagine like what kind of toll that takes on you, and then now compound that with all of the expectations, just like an everyday average person in Korea has. Now turn that up to 10 with a group that's, you know, massive like this and has all eyes on them and everybody's watching all their movements and all that stuff. And everyone thinks, hey, that's cool, man. You're famous, you know, that's awesome. Everybody's watching all your stuff and doing whatever. But like it gets to a certain point where it becomes really unhealthy. I've never known that level of fame, and I never will know that level of fame. And that's totally fine. I don't want that level of fame. Because of these reasons. I can only imagine the mental toll. I'm gonna have to discover more. Did I see in chat that someone says DK's got a video on these guys? I know the scandal wasn't about the military, but the military service thing is something I kind of wanted to touch on because I can only imagine like what that does to you. It's bigger and much more controversial than that. Well, I know. Well, I'm just trying to like basically kind of put my own perspective into what I know about. You know, I know about weed. I know a little bit about the military. I guess it depends on like what kind of service you need to do in those 2 years, like what you're doing. I mean, Korea's not involved in any war. Well, North Korea. Can you imagine that shit? Can you imagine that shit? Sharing a border with North Korea? Yikes. Burning Sun scandal. Jesus. Okay, I must be missing something about this massive scandal then. I'm gonna have to look more into this. I'm definitely gonna look more into this. Huh. Okay. All right, let's go back to the list. Good pick, though. We got one from Candace. Oh, I haven't heard Stray Kids in a while. This? Oh, Maya, are you from Korea? Okay, cool. Let me just check this video out. Cool. You got one. Thank you. I like these guys, DK TV. I'm not going to go over this video now, but I'm going to save this one for later because I do want to learn more about all of this. Maybe I'll put it on Patreon or something. I don't know. Let's go back to the list, though. Candace has got Stray Kids for us. Maniac. It's been a while since I've heard Stray Kids. And we get Shiny, too.